What's good, y'all? Shagam Makai. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, and every subscriber helps. Over here on this channel, we make daily NBA content. So if you enjoy the NBA as much as I do, please subscribe. And today we're going to be talking about who is my pick for MVP this season. And MVP, most valuable player. I'm just going to be saying, who I think the candidates are, who I think, is going to win, who I think is the favorite, all those kinds of things. So last year, Giannis Antetokounmpo won the MVP award for the second year straight. And for him to win it a third time straight, he would be, I think, one of many few players to do that in history. I think guys like, Bill Russell and Larry Bird, like guys way back then, were doing that. And, nowadays, well, not nowadays, but for a while now, voter fatigue has been a thing. And if you don't know what voter fatigue is, it's just, the NBA MVP award is, voted on by NBA media people. And the media people, they get tired of seeing, the same guy winning, the same guy, just do the same thing and win the award over and over and over again. So because, these people vote for the award, they really dictate, the criteria. Because honestly, if you really think about it, there really is no set criteria for, an MVP winner. Like, you don't have to lead the league in scoring with MVP. You don't have to lead the league in assists. There's really no criteria. The one criteria that's only been broken one time that I can remember, you have to be towards the top of your conference to win MVP. The only time I've ever seen like a guy who's not one or two win MVP is Russell Westbrook in 2017. I think he was like the 5th seed and he still managed to win MVP. So that was, that's a testament to how good that season was for him. But let me get into this season. Luka Doncic is the MVP frontrunner right now. He's the one that, Vegas is he's favored in Vegas to win the MVP award. And I think, that's completely right, because while Giannis should not be counted out in this MVP race, the odds of him winning it again, after winning it 2 times straight and then coming short in the playoffs, because these NBA media people, they're, fans just like us, humans just like us, regular fans. And, they're seeing this and they're like, man, why are we going to give him the MVP again just for him to, cough and choke in the playoffs? Not that Giannis chokes, but, come up short in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I think some MVP candidates this year is obviously Luka, Giannis. Jason Tatum is a dark horse candidate. Steph Curry, KD, Kyrie, Braun, AD, guys like that. Really, really top players in the NBA. And I don't think KD or Kyrie are going to win it just because they're on the same team together. Because, earlier today we saw them go off in Boston. And, we saw that, one of them scores 37. The other one scored about 28, I think. Kyrie had 37. KD had like 28, 26, something like that. So when you have that kind of help, it's hard to, stand out to these award voters. And I don't think Braun and AD is going to win it because same thing for KD and Kyrie. They play on the same team. They're there for each other. So they're a huge help to one another to win games. MVP is a very, very individual award. Like, for you to win the award, you can't have, an overbearing amount of help on your team. And if you do, you have to be so statistically great and, stand out so far from the rest, then you'll win the MVP award. And I think that Luka Doncic is, in the perfect situation to win the MVP, because when we look at his stats last year, I think it was 28, 9 and 10 or something like that. It was real close to a triple-double and, a good triple-double right there. And this season, I think, he'll only get better. That was just his second season last year, so you would think in his third season he would only get better. The shooting percentages might go up, and the passes are still there. They're still gonna be great, but just improve overall as a player. Maybe become a better finisher, better ball handler. All that stuff. The little things that held him back from winning MVP last season. Not saying that he should win MVP in the second season, but you know what I'm saying. Those are MVP stats right there. So I think now that everybody in the NBA media is hip to Luka and what he can do and whatnot, he's, the perfect guy to win MVP this season. And Kristaps Porzingis, his, supposed partner in crime, is injured. And he's always injured. So I feel like the story of the year is, if Luka can take the Mavericks to like a 4 seed, 1 to 4 seed, I don't think they're going to be 1 or 3. They might be 3. So if he can take them to like a 3 or 4 seed, I think that's the perfect narrative right there for the MVP award right there. Because the MVP is a very narrative-based award. Because like I said, these NBA media people who vote on this award, they're fans just like us. They have, they create storylines in their heads. And, you see what happened last year, LeBron, the whole washed king thing. And with Giannis, the whole He has no superstar help next to him like that. So I think that's the perfect narrative for Luka to win because Kristaps is gonna be, injured a lot this year, I think. And, Dallas outside of Luka and KP isn't all that impressive. But Giannis, I think he's still gonna put up MVP numbers, but like I said earlier in the video, voter fatigue is a real thing. So he's gonna put up, his 30 points, his 12, 13 rebounds, his 6 assists. And, it's going to look great. They're going to be, the second seed, probably the first seed in the East. And it's going to look great. But I think they're tired of voting for Giannis, honestly. Now, if you were to ask me who I think should win it, if Giannis puts up those numbers, he should win it. Because he's going to definitely be higher in his conference than Luka is going to be in his conference. That's, what I personally believe. I don't like the fact that MVP is voted on, based on narratives, based on storylines, based on, pure opinion like that these NBA media people do. But, going off of history and being realistic, Luka Doncic is probably going to win MVP because he's going to have the stats and he's going to be high enough in his conference. But usually the MVP is a guy who, is the one of the best in his conference, who has the stats, along to prove it, like I said 1,000 times. So, yeah, that's why I think Luka Doncic is probably going to win MVP. And, before I close this video off, Jason Tatum is a dark horse MVP candidate because when, you're young and, you're Asian in the NBA and, you're coming up, all you're doing is adding things that you're not so good at. Like, Jason Tatum is a good ISO scorer. He's a good mid-range shooter. He's a good, pull-up three shooter, good three-point shooter. The thing that's going to, take him to that next level, well, there's two things, actually. Once he becomes, a better passer, he's finding these guys better, he's throwing better, crisper passes, he becomes just a better playmaker, period, that's going to, elevate him. And once he becomes a better finisher, because you would think that Jason Tatum is one of the best finishers in the NBA, would you not? But actually, after watching a lot of Jason Tatum, because Jason Tatum is my guy, when he gets to the rim, he kind of just, doesn't make a lot of these point-blank layups that, I thought he was making until I took, a closer look at it. So I think that's what's going to, hold Tatum back from the MVP conversation. And Steph Curry, I say he's an MVP candidate because, it's just going to be him, Draymond, and, Wiseman. But Steph Curry is going to be the lone, top dog on the Warriors. So I thought that, coming back, I thought coming back with Klay, they would be high enough in the West and Steph would play good enough to win MVP. But once Klay went down, and, based on how they're looking, after these first two games, it is just the first two games, but, if this is any indication, it's not going to go so well. And Steph Curry's not going to be a high enough seed, he's not going to win enough games to, basically qualify for the MVP award. He might put up, great amazing stats on great shooting splits, and that'll be just fine. But, historically, you need to be a high seed to win MVP. And, that's what I think about the whole MVP race this year. Let me know what you think about the MVPs in the comments. Who you pick? Who you think is going to win MVP? Who you think should win MVP? And if you see that in this video, thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next.